Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen, your host. This is Money Matters. In this channel, we talk about money, finance, how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to make money work hard for you. Guys, consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, pushes the YouTube algorithm to spread my channel, spread my videos to more and more people. Consider using the links in my description below. It really helps out the channel. Sign up for Webull. You'll get 2 free stocks if you deposit $100. Robinhood, you'll get 1 free stock if you sign up with my link. I have links for Cash App. You'll get $5 just for using my link. I'll get $5 also, so that really helps out the channel. I appreciate it very much. Let's get started. Today's video is an update on Tortoise acquisition, SHLL merging with HYLion. I put out a video, a couple of videos, probably I think a month ago or maybe a month and a half ago. And so if you haven't watched those videos yet, consider watching those videos if you want a, basically the whole deep dive, the whole history, the whole background of the company. In this video, I'm just going to give an update and a brief overview about what the company is doing. I'm going to talk about my personal history with the stock, what I've been doing with the stock, what I've sold, what I've bought more. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a brief history about the company, and I'm going to talk about the recent price movements, the recent pop in their stock, and I'm going to talk about what I predict is going to happen to the stock after the merger, where I think the price is going to be post-merger. So make sure you stay tuned till the end. I will also show you my personal portfolio, where I have my cost basis at currently right now. So please make sure to stay to the end for that. So let's get started. So here we go, SHLL Tortoise acquisition. So a couple of weeks ago, actually about a month ago, I put out this video and I was up 99% on this position. So that was only like 1 or 2 weeks into this investment, and I was up already 99%. If you've been following my videos, you'll know what I did with that position. So basically, I sold out of all the gains, and I left a little bit on the table, but I sold out of the gains. I took my money off of the table, and that happened at the end of June, and it sold at about $25. So that was about a 50 something percent increase. So I was definitely happy to get that increase in such a short amount of time. But I have bought back in, and so I'll show you that at the end of the video. But basically, we're going to review about the company. So Tortoise acquisition, they're going to merge with HYLion. So this merger is going to give them $250 million in order to fund their growth. When the two companies merge, they will have zero debt, so they will be able to hit the ground running, zero debt, and they'll be able to start, mass producing all these powertrains and get these trucks on the road. So brief history: they have 2 platforms that they are selling. The one on the left is the current one that is selling. They have over 2 million miles driven on this platform, roughly 30,000 trucks. And so basically what they do is they swap out that last axle. So you see what's green is the HYLion product. They swap out that last axle, which is a dead axle, and they replace it with an e-axle, an electric axle, and a proprietary battery. And so essentially they're making this into a giant Toyota Prius. So now you still have the diesel engine driving is the main power, but you have this electric axle that supports it, and that way you will save a lot of fuel. And when you're running giant fleets, saving fuel is the bottom line. You save a lot of money when you cut fuel costs. So that is the platform that they have now. The new platform that they're going to produce in 2021 is the one on the right, the Hypertruck ERX. And so in this one, they completely get rid of the diesel engine. So now basically everything in green there is replaced by HYLion, and so you have a generator instead of a diesel engine. Then you have batteries, and you have electric drivetrain, and then you have a compressed natural gas tank. So this truck will now run on renewable compressed natural gas. So they are leveraging the current existing natural gas stations that's pretty much built out in the United States. So they have no new infrastructure that they need to build or rely on. So the infrastructure is already there for fleets to take advantage of their new powertrain solution. So they already have a order for 1,000 of these new trucks. And these are binding orders, so it's a done deal. As soon as they get these trucks out, they already have them sold. So it is, not a cancelable contract. It is a binding contract for them to produce 1,000 of these vehicles already, and it's to Agility. So what is renewable natural gas? So RNG, renewable natural gas, is a pipeline quality gas that is fully interchangeable with conventional natural gas and thus can be used in natural gas vehicles. Renewable natural gas is essentially biogas, the gaseous product of decomposition of organic matter. And so look, here is the map of the United States where they have renewable natural gas station already. So this infrastructure is pretty well built out. So they're going to leverage this infrastructure. And keep in mind, just a few weeks ago, Warren Buffett put $1 billion deal together to buy Dominion Energy for their natural gas assets. So that is definitely a benefit to see Warren Buffett back up the natural gas infrastructure. All right, so one more bit of news that not a lot of people talk about. Hyliion has added Andrew Card Jr. to join their board. Andrew Card Jr. will join the board of directors of the combined entity. So Andrew Card Jr. will leverage his experience in logistics, governmental affairs, compliance, and operations. He has a career in public service as the former U.S. Secretary of Transportation under George H.W. Bush and as well as the White House Chief of Staff under President George W. Bush. Card is the former president and CEO of American Automotive Manufacturers Association, previously served as the vice president of governmental relations for General Motors. He is currently on the boards of directors of Union Pacific Railroad, a position he has held since 2006, and Dragonfly, an industry-leading manufacturer in the commercial drone industry. So this guy was brought on the board strategically in order for Hyliion to work with the government in order to maneuver with the government with regulations and whatnot. And so I think this guy is going to be strategic in order to lay down the foundation, lay down the road for them to get government contracts, to work with the government, and also just for regulation purposes. So not a lot of people has talked about this, but I think this was a very strategic person in order to get to help them with their growth and to work with the government. Okay, guys, so let's talk about the price movement, the stock chart. Here is the stock chart basically from the day that the announcement was made that this company was going to merge Shell and Hyliion up till today. So you'll see the initial price movement, the history went from $10 up to about $15. Then they had that big mountain, that big climb up to $32, and then it sold off, and that is where I sold it off at about the $25 price point. And then it went down and it stayed about anywhere from $22 to $23 for a short amount of time. And then I have that circle there. So it traded in this where I have the red circle anywhere from the low $18 up to $20, $21. I traded in that range for a good amount of time, basically from the end of June up to about August 12th, August 13th. It traded in that price point. And then on Thursday, it popped and it broke through that resistance. The resistance I have there is $22. So it broke that resistance, and then on Friday it continued to stay above that resistance. So what that tells me is this resistance, this $22, is going to be the new floor. I think it will be trading above $22 from now on, and the new resistance is going to be the yellow line, about $27. So in my personal opinion, I think between now and when the merger is going to be announced, it's going to be trading anywhere from $22 up to $27. $27, $27, $28 is going to be the new resistance. All right, so that is my opinion on the current price movement and the price movement basically from now up to the merger, anywhere from $22 to $27, $28. So the new floor, in my opinion, is going to be $22. So I personally think by next week, if it is in the $22 range, it is a good buy. Right now it's trading at $24, $25. So I think it might take a little dip and trade back at the new floor, which is, like I said, $22. I think what's going to happen after the merger is going to go above $27. Like I said, that is the new resistance line. It's going to go above $27. But I don't think it's going to go up to like $90, $80, $100 like Nikola did. And a lot of you might disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm just giving you my opinion, so just take it for what it's worth. I'm going to give you the reason why. So basically, here's the reason why. Take a look at these two guys. All right, so on the right, you have Trevor Milton, which is the board member of Nikola. On the left there, you have Hyliion, the CEO Thomas Healy. And so in my opinion, it comes down to these two guys that is going to push the stock. So on the right, you have this guy, Trevor Milton. He talks a lot. He's on TV all the time. He does interviews all the time. He's on Instagram all the time. He's on Twitter all the time. He's constantly posting stuff, talking. And so a person like that, the people that believe in him are attached to that, and that drives the stock. It could drive the stock up, it could drive the stock down, but it drives the stock. There's a lot of movement in the stock, so that is why, in my opinion, it shot up to $80 and went down to $60 and $40. Then I think it went down into the $30 range, and then shot back up to I think $40, $45, all because of this guy, of Trevor Milton, about his videos, his tweets, his controversialness. So this is the person that is moving the stock. You can say anything you want about him as a CEO, as a businessman, or whatever, but I don't think anyone can deny that he is a talker. He is able to talk, and there's a certain amount of people that do find that interesting, and for what it's worth, it does move the stock. On the left here, you have Thomas Healy. He is a more quiet type guy. He's the type of guy that gets his hands dirty, gets things done, is in there. He's an engineer. That's his background. So he gets things done. And so a CEO like that, and a company like that, you don't see that massive price movement. You don't see the skyrocketing up to $90, and you don't see that crash down to $30, $40. And in my opinion, that is more stable, and that is what I'm looking for basically a long-term investment. I would rather the stock go steadily up, slowly and slowly, but slowly and surely, and that is what I think you're going to get with Hyliion. Like I said, you're going to see them produce. You don't see Thomas Healy on a ton of interviews. He's done some interviews, but he's not like doing tons of interviews. He's not on TV all the time. He's not blowing up Twitter all the time. He's not, on his Instagram posting videos, posting updates on their drivetrain, on their performance. He's not doing any of that. He's just in the background, working the company, getting the deals, getting everything done. And so a person like that and a stock like that generally has a nice slow upward trend, and the people that are invested in a company like Hyliion are also waiting for this long-term, 3 to 5 years out, 6, 7, 8 years out, and so we want to see this steady incline, the steady going up in their stock price, and that is what I think you're going to get with Hyliion. So to answer the question, do I think it's going to go? What do I think is going to happen with the price after it, after the merger? I think realistically, it probably will double. So right now it's trading at like 22, let's just say $25. So my personal opinion, I think it'll double. It'll be around the $45, maybe $50 price point after the merger, and it'll be stable. You're not going to see it drop from $50 down to $30. It's going to be a stable incline, $50. It'll keep on going up from there, but I don't think you're going to get that huge spike and then a huge crash like you did with Nikola. So that is my reason, that is my opinion. And then finally, here is my position. So this is my public portfolio and my current position on Tortoise, on Shell. So I have some of the stock, and I also have some warrants. And so I have a cost basis of $19.46 currently on the stock, up 25%. And then I have another roughly $500 on the warrants, and I'm up roughly 13%, 13.5% on the warrants. So guys, that is my position. That is my video. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. Give me a thumbs up if you found some value in this video. Catch you in the next one. Peace.